believe we are live. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another day, another opportunity to consciously evolve. Right? Today's stream topic is going to be about paying attention to the speed of things, specifically the speed of good and bad. How I believe good takes time and bad is a lot more instantaneous, right? Usually the bad or the things we would consider bad happens in an instance, right? It happens and then it is so, right? Like one of the things that I believe suffering can be akin to is wanting for things to be differently, right? After something has happened and you want for it to be different, that's when you suffer, right? Because it is so. You wanting for it to be differently is only going to cause you more harm, right? Suffering, if you will. So, for instance, like you plant a little seed and your seed germinates, right? And that's a good thing, but that has taken some time. It's taken time for that seed to germinate and for that little plant to sprout and come into the world. And you water that plant day by day by day by day, and then an animal comes and eats your plant down to the nub, right? And then you come back, right? It's technically your plant is eaten. Technically the bad has already happened, right? But you get to live in your life blissfully until you come back and you see your plant eaten down to the nub, and in an instant you have that experience of this is bad, this is bad, this is not good, right? However, the good experience you got from it took time to slowly build up, right? Moment by moment. The same thing for pain, right? Or like exercise. That was the analogy slash perspective I gave during the yoga class. That when we experience pain or discomfort when it comes to our practice, it comes in an instant, right? You put yourself in a wide-legged forward fold, and suddenly, in an instant, your hamstrings are like, this is uncomfortable. I can feel this. I am now aware that this is bad. I want this to be differently. I don't want to experience this tension anymore, right? However, as you do that over and over again, over weeks, months, years, you give yourself more strength and flexibility. That is a good thing, right? Takes time, surely, but it is a good thing. And then to liken that to all of the other things in our lives as well, how we usually get like bad news, a setback. A setback happens in an instant, right? You know it, it's so, and then you're set back. However, the growth, the amount of good stuff that comes into your life and the amount of stuff that you accumulate, the amount of love that you get to experience, that happens over such a long period of time that sometimes we don't even get to realize that that is what's happening, right? Because it's not so instantaneous with the way we've been kind of like conditioning ourselves with everything else, we overlook it. So yeah, reminding all of us to be aware of the good stuff, right? We got a lot of it. I see Joy Vive and a few lurkers in the stream. Bless you. It's nice having you here. I have some lemonade that my sister made. I'm looking forward to it. What's my intention? Patience, I guess. If good things takes time, then I guess I need some patience. Yesterday's stream topic was the inspiration for today's. We had a conversation yesterday about how I'm trying to pick up the right thread. About how it's possible for you to experience life as suck, right? Because of the immediacy of the sucky moments. When you experience sucky moments, it happens in an instance, right? If it's a romantic thing, you get rejected in an instance, right? You don't get given the chance to prove yourself, to let this person fall in love with you. Nope. In a moment, over. Right? Devastating, bad, if you will. However, building a relationship with someone, that takes time. And that is something we would consider good, right? However, when we keep experiencing those bad experiences, those instant denials or rejections over and over again, and we don't allow ourselves that experience anymore in fear of just getting the bad, never getting the good side of it. It's almost like we condition ourselves to expect the worst, right? It's like we literally condition ourselves to expect the worst. And I don't know if that brings about more of the worst. I can't see it helping. Because you can only expect something that is going to be at least relatively immediate, right? And today's whole stream topic is focusing around the fact that good things takes time. So maybe by expecting the worst, you are focusing on that which will come immediately. And surely there is like immediates for like good as well. For instance, you go up to someone and they don't reject you. They are actually interested in you, right? And that now is suddenly in an instance a good thing as well. So don't get me wrong. I'm just bringing this idea into our collective mind so we can consciously evolve. I see Joy again. Blessings to you, Sam. I am waiting for witty cut in, but I can't find one. I'm imagining like us like doing that. What do you call it, volley? No. Uh, we call it aflos in Afrikaans when there's a bunch of people running around the. I'm like all of my words for these things because I don't use them in English are Afrikaans. Die baan, as jy rondom die baan hardloop en dan gee jy die stokkie vir die ander persoon aan agter jou en dan hardloop hulle met die stokkie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Kristen is here too. Hey, Kristen. Loazana as well. Bless to all of you friends. It's nice having you here with me. Let's see if there is a thing worth saying. It's going to help us steer us in some sort of direction. Good things takes time. I want to read all of these. You want to bear with me? I'll start from the top. This is lesson 9. Yeah, I'll read to this one because we're talking about immediacy, right? Like the right now and the future in some way. It's almost like I'm baiting myself with like the imagination of like something good in the future. Oh, willing to take the bullet for the bad stuff that happens in an instant. Again, I feel like it's again an expectation thing, but let's see if this gives you any more depth. All events are neutral. Instantly, right? How about that? Literally, and this is the page I opened to. So I'm like, oh yo, good and bad, or whatever. And then the universe is like, hey, haven't you paid attention to the lessons you've been learning? All events are neutral. For creation is forever new. Bad moments, good moments, new moments, all of them technically. What creates experience is how you decide to view the events that come up in your life. What do I choose to communicate to the world? We are ceaselessly teaching the world what we believe holds the greatest value. You. That line like rips me a new one every single time where I'm like, yes, makes me really consider what it is I talk about. We are ceaselessly teaching the world what we believe holds the greatest value. That's a lot. Your thoughts are not neutral. Your thoughts are imbued with the power of creation. For we use our momentary consciousness to say that we are this and not that. This is good and not bad. This is bad and not good. Sit with you and realize your unique experience. For I have manifested a body in this moment, in this space to learn and to experience from it. I am perfectly free. For wherever I go, there I am. Wherever you go, there you are. Whew. Yeah, right. So even if there's gonna be good or bad moments, there has to be you for there to be either. So hooray, hooray for your existence, Toasty Melosty's here. Bless you, bro. I see Jovan's name as well. It's a blessing having you friends. I'll take all right. So they run around with the thingy, and so it's like a race, right? But like each person runs only 100 meters of the race, and then they have to hand them the stick, and then they run another 100 meter of the race, right? So with you mentioning, I was waiting for a witty cut in, but I can't find one. I was imagining that message being like the fractal of me running with the stick, and I have to hand you the stick. And I'm trying to. I'm trying. Love is true. Love is, hey there, you beautiful yous. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Spotlight. Brighter spotlight. Maximum brightness. Spotlight. Thank you for the love ins. Jovan, you're beautiful too. Did you not understand the foreign language and the pen? Yeah. Yeah, it was so clear what I was saying. It was so perfectly clear. It was a little disturbing that I did, but now I want to know what happens next. No, I was just seeing that. I was seeing that with your message of looking for a perfect time to cut in. Like that was the imagery that popped in my mind. It's like we're like I don't know I don't know what to say more than that. I was just riffing. Hey, Doc Dad, seeing your name. Bless you, bro. It's nice having you here. Mel, I've been meaning to ask. You say something like "yasi" a lot. What is that word? It's like an exclamation word. It's like wow. It's like oh my goodness. It's like that. Right? Like yasi. Yo, it's fucking yo, yo. That's another one, right? It's like Afrikaans exclamation words. That's not that popular, right? Like you won't hear it a lot, relatively speaking. I mean, there's only so many South Africans. I think there's 11 million South African people in the whole world technically. So yeah. See, that's not a lot of people. I mean, that's how you would use it. Like wow, that's not a lot of people, right? Lois, I found the prettiest copper duochrome nail polish at the store yesterday. I mean, I never thought I wanted to wear nail polish, but if I can say stuff like, I'm just wearing some copper duochrome, all right, that sounds so cool. Sounds like I'm wearing superpowers. Oh, a relay race. Yeah, relay. That's the word. I did know that word. I just, for some reason, lost it. Relay race, pass the baton. Exactly. We don't even use those words often in English. Exactly. An exclamation word that isn't also a curse word. Boo. No, this one isn't really cursing. Uh, Depending on how traditional of a household you have. Like if you have like, and my family used to be like this, but they kind of like let up on it because they didn't really see the point. But some people believe that if you use any word like yasi, it's like you're trying to blaspheme, but you're not blaspheming directly. You're like using the same letters reoriented to blaspheme instead of just blaspheming straight away. Right? I've had someone say that to me, and I'm like, no, if I wanted to blaspheme, I would blaspheme. Right? And technically, Jesus isn't his name. His name is Yeshua. Right? Which again, kind of like trips me out that people get so riled up about it. Yeah, love is true. Thank you for asking, Kristen. Makes me feel heard. I love metallics. Sam, copper polish sounds lovely. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Yeah, see, South African. Wow. Owen Wilson. Joe Bot, you're literally already in my mind. Like when I said it's like wow, I literally saw William Wilson's Owen Williamson's voice like face in my mind's eye. I feel like I'm getting flustered. Like I'm not only experiencing that, but I'm experiencing the compilation of just watching him say wow. like 150 times in a row or something. Wow, 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 wow. In English, those are called minced oaths, like gadzooks or dadgum. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Mixed, minced oaths. I've never heard that word before. Stop telling me what to do, Dad. I'm gonna mince my oaths. Stop that, Dad. People really have to reach for a conclusion like that, and it shows how determined they are to attack other people on the basis of obligation. Yeah, just like, yeah, I'm only that good of a person. Austin Williamson was a good one. Thank you. Yeah, it was on purpose. I was trying to be funny. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Thank you, Toast. Love is true, bro. Hey, Mojo. It's nice having you. Stopping in briefly to say someone needs to pull the clip of the 10 seconds of Mel Pure Joy when he first opened that bag of weed yesterday. Like the smells, right? Like that's been my biggest like. Oh, where? I have bud, but it's just THC at this point, right? Most of the terpenes have evaporated. There's still some, but not much, right? And as soon as I opened that bag and those terpenes hit my face, like I couldn't not be overcome with joy. It was impossible for me to sit still. Thank you, Mojo, for sending that love. It would totally go viral. Makes me happy. Thank you, Mojo. Maybe we'll do that. That's not a bad idea. I believe there probably is like a bunch of short videos that would perform well on short form, platform. But I'm at a point where I'm like waiting for the AI to get good enough to do it for me. Some of you might have noticed that I wait for the good. Yeah, yeah. Look at me. Mental gymnasticsing myself. Mojo, I can do that if I remember. If you don't, I'll try to as well. Olsen Williamson is Owen Wilson's Viking cousin. Yeah. I can see it, bro. I can see him being of like Viking descent as well. Let me see if I can save one of these. Bro, there's so many folders. I'm getting lost in folder land. Think it should be on topics. Yeah, this one will work. Space. Day 1082. Clip the video of me opening my bag of weed. Opening my bag of wheat. Yes, it was wheat. It was just wheat, Google. I'm gonna make myself some bread. Please do not demonetize my shiznit. I'm gonna be making some bread. Oh, Dr. Ravi. Rabbi? I feel like I'm missing some beats. Louisiana blessing us. Toast, you must be tired. Just called LA a rabbi. Yeah, I'm also like, oh, it's like rabbit. I like how Joy Vive was like making fun of our beloved Toast, for his emittance of like one letter. And I was just completely confused, right? Like I feel like the autism kicking in, where my mind is like, oh, he must be talking about a rabbi. He must be calling me a rabbi right now. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I've taken the steps to be a rabbi. And then Joy Vive is just poking fun. Yeah, love is true. Thank you, Joy Vive. Love it. Lurkingly, lovingly laughter with you. Love to you, Zhao. Thank you for having us in your ears. I think the opportunity calls for a mid journey about like, you know what? Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Duck Dad. Thank you, bro. Like, eventually, I'm going to have like a whole lab we're going to make these videos in, right? I want to like be able to use my world as my screen. Maybe I will have green screens. Like, I think that's gonna be pretty canon, where like my entire start, especially the RPAN days, people would think I am sitting in front of a green screen. And I was like, no, actually it's real. And it's gonna end up me sitting in front of a green screen and people being like, is that real? And I'm like, no, actually it's a green screen. Yeah, thunder. Let me get that copied, bro. I'm gonna copy those words directly as you said them. Select a larger area. That area is large enough. Thank you. Let's create some never before seen artworks. All right, no human being has ever laid eyes on what you will lay eyes on today. Isn't that cool? I think so. Imagine Olsen Williamson, Owen Wilson, Viking cousin. I'm just gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna keep it simple. Like Midjourney is good enough right now where keeping it simple gets you good results as well. Usually I had to get like really complicated about it, but these days it's starting. It's happening. All right, let's blunder. Best folder ever. Wow, Juice. Love is true. It's nice having you friends here with me. This is definitely a green screen, Melty. You can't hide the truth forever. No, bro. Like, if it was a green screen, like, exposure would be better. That's the biggest thing. Oh, look at those rains. That's like, you'll see. That's like rain coming down in those mountains. Look at it. Look at that contrast difference. That's not just exposure. That's actually just the rain graying it out. That's pretty cool. We'll keep it there for now. Connor, Melt is actually American. This is from Kansas, all green screen. He's an actor like Eddie G. Yeah, this whole time I've just been like method acting. You know, like this is my persona. Melt Moore is the persona I'm playing. I'm actually a piece of shit. That is Economy Sam, the same fractal. Wait, they're not the same person? Aren't we all the same person? Love is true though. Like I think my photo should be done loading, but it seems to be struggling right now. What's happening here? Like I have like a gradient right now. Look at that. Oh wow. Look at that gradient. I don't think that's what that's not what I asked for, is it? Am I getting scammed right now? Oh, it's Discord. It's Discord being Discord again. Good old Discord. And so much water. Please, sir, can we have some? I mean, I'm probably gonna get absolutely soaked if that much rain was falling on us. I bless the rains down in Africa. Yeah. Bro, damn. Like when we typed in Olsen Williamson, Owen Wilson's Viking cousin, I thought, we would be, giving Owen Wilson someone to mug against, but nah. Olsen Williamson is an absolute stud. If this thing is gonna get loaded any second now. Brr, come on. This image. There we go. Okay, good. No, it's doing it again. Like it showed me the photo. It already managed to figure out where every single pixel was supposed to be illuminated. And then it went back to loading. If I ever had a weakness, it would be loading. It would be loading bars. That is my weakness, right? If you ever want to try and defeat me, just give me loading bars. There we go. Loading bars is how I get defeated. Look at this dude. Olsen Williamson. Owen William. My mind is so scrambled at this point. His Viking cousin. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Getting freaking. Never forgotten that word's names. Blue steeled. Yeah. Getting blue steeled. You know what? Let's do it. Let's actually push it. Yeah. Now we're getting into the realm of like blasphemy, I think, again. Like we're We're pushing buttons and stuff that was never supposed to be seen. Let's just post this one again. Viking cousin. Blue steel. It is blue steel, right? Blue steel pose. Fashion Viking. Fashion, yeah, we do fashion Vikings. Let's go. Whoa, relax, Pippi. There are strangers encroaching. Pippi is losing her mind. Mm-hmm. The Addy G comparison is kind of flattering, dude. Did I miss that many? I think I did. Sam, he didn't let that fly from Margot, Robbie, and Jamie present with me. The rain stole the mountain. Just straight up took it, bruh. Just like, this is my mountain now. Ye shall have no more mountains. I shall consume them with water. Bless the rains. What's it about? I'm also lost. Has it cooled down? Yeah, it's kind of nice actually right now. It's really nice and cool. I could see a dog. This man has been fooling the whole world. The amount of effort to fool the whole world, like it has to be kind of admirable, right? Like I feel like it's kind of cool. If I was like putting that much effort into fooling the whole world, yes. I thought Woman from Joe. Same one on Barbie. Hold on, isn't that extra? What's happening in chat right now? Your memory is clearly better than mine. Who that man is? Don't look like Owen. Yeah, I didn't really get it that well. Apparently, Owen Wilson's nose came from non-Viking side of the family. Joy, my memory is also shit, so I believe you. All women, what? Strangers never should. What's happening? I have like no idea at all. I'm completely lost. I'm gonna try and get this photo open again. Maybe if I return. It's still loading, so I do have this stacked. It's stacked with. No, it's not. This one isn't stacked. I'm gonna stack it now, but it's gonna be stacked with coffee breath. I think that's what the strain is called, coffee breath. Yeah, I haven't crushed the nugs yet, so I'll do so now. Bruh. Smells nice. Bruh, these oaks aren't blue stealing nearly hard enough. They also don't look like they're fashion Vikings. I mean, they kind of do look like they're fashion Vikings, but I want more. Owen Wilson in Skyrim. There's nothing wrong with chat. You're just high. I'm not even high. That's the thing. That's the weirdest thing. Like I'm trying to get high so I can at least have an excuse right now. I want an excuse to like get away with not understanding what's going on. Joy Beef is like, you're the problem. You're high right now. Oh, bro, if only it was that easy. Is that easy getting away with it? Wow. Wow. There we go. Now I'm going to heat up my straw to drink water from. Nice and flavored water. Skimmer. I feel like the weather does kind of like change my state of mind though as well. You know, like I am trying to understand why I do feel so airy, and like the weather being so heavy is definitely adding to my experience. Like that rain has spread slowly but surely, crawling over those mountains. Love is true. This is the first time I'm trying the coffee breath, and I don't know about it. I get it, but I don't know if I like it. Not nearly as much as some of the other things, at least. However, I do believe that it is working. Strangers, secure the cows for battles. I'm the one that's high. Are you sure? Never should have come here in Skyrim. To the altar of Boethia with you. You haven't smoked yet. You say, well, you're wrong. I'm wrong. Have you seen me smoke? Like now you've caused me concern, right? Maybe I did smoke and I've just been too high to even notice. Every day of my life, little early morning pint of coffee, smoking. If you got Joy from the Midwest, so yeah, bless. You got up here. Cheese is marketed like a vitamin here. Like actual cheese or the cheese wheat strain? I have 6 different cheese types in my fridge currently. Okay, that's actual cheese species. You have a cheese ecosystem. That is actually true. Dry vaping as well. Gary Patton right now. It's pretty stinky. Nice. Dry vaping is definitely the way. Like I don't really think I'm going to go back to smoking. Apple fritters for Jovan. That does sound nice. The Cheetos. I like how Joey V is projecting and going like, no melt, there's nothing wrong with chat, you're high. And then I read messages like Cheezo system. The Cheezo system. The ecosystem. The Cheezo. Love is true. Oh, your friends are so silly. It makes me happy. Man. Good things take time. Right? Growing this weed that I now get to appreciate. A part of me feels bad that I don't like it as much as I want to. I think it's the coffee breath part. Like instead of being so like fresh, I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes you can get like a really strong almost like cutting flavor. Like it's sharp as you're experiencing it. Maybe I overcooked it a little bit. Let's make sure. Let's see if we can do it better. Excellent. Apple fritter, that sounds fucking delicious. It really does. I find coffee breath to be spicy. Yeah, I mean, this was kind of like that. Like it was more of a like a pepperine terpene profile. I don't think I've experienced it much. Maybe that's why I'm confused about it. Like I didn't know what I was tasting at first. Let's see if I go back for seconds, if it will make more sense. Apricot Mac 1 on deck here. Duck Dad's painting. Duck Dad's painting medicine. Have you started smoking flower, dude? Or are you vaping flower? Or are you still getting yourself those pens? I remember you mentioning that you want to switch over. I'm not sure if apple fritter is a euphemism for something, but I just had some really good banana pancakes. Like, weirdly enough, our beloved Louisiana. Hey, Google, banana pancakes, the wheat strain. And I can feel Louisiana being like, no, it's not a wheat strain. I know it's not a wheat strain, Louisiana. But the joke is, all of us are talking about different strains of weed. And the apple fritter was, I'm pretty sure, our beloved Jovan talking about wheat strain. And yet, there is a banana pancakes wheat strain as well. I'm trying to click on the link, but it's not letting me. But banana pancake seeds, strain information. Let's try Leafly. It's probably gonna work better. Verifying, making sure that I'm a human being. Doesn't matter. Let me see. Oh, looks nice even. Apparently energizing and high in THC. So you'll see 27%. Like if the pancakes that you had, the strain, somebody would be smoking on good bud. You would be smoking on really good bud right now. Louisiana. Apple fritter refers to a strain of pot. In this case, your pancake sounds fucking delicious too. Yeah, they do. Banana pancakes. So, weirdly enough, I feel like there is a difference here in South Africa as well when it comes to pancakes. What we call pannenkoeken, which is the closest like anglicisme. Like anglicisme is when you take an English word and you just make an Afrikaans one. Pannenkoeken, pancakes. Our pannenkoeken are very flat and thin. What you would call a crepe, we have like as pancakes as well. And then we would consider flapjacks, those thick pancakes that you would, I think, imagine. Banana pancake strain. Yeah, apparently there's one. I want to eat banana pancakes while smoking banana pancakes while having a banana pancake milkshake and having a banana pancake air freshener wafting in the air while sitting on banana pancake chair while you are banana pancake. Yes, I have teleported myself to a cursed realm. I am bringing myself back to the present moment. The coffee breath definitely works. Love is true. So, yeah, it might not taste that good, but it definitely works real good. Does job good. Let's see if I'm gonna push myself overboard a little bit. Like going back to seconds. I'm gonna try and get the heat better this time as well. One. Yeah, it is actually spicy. But only on the exhale. Like at the back of your tongue. That's very curious. I am intrigued. I'm a crip. I'm a weirdo. La, 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 la. So if I go to South Africa and order pancakes for breakfast, I will be disappointed. Good to know. Flapjacks it is. I think you might like the pancakes, but if you order pancakes, 100%, you're not going to get what you think you're ordering. Right? You will be surprised. Maybe pleasantly so. I love how even Melt Tablet questions his humanity. You don't know me, technologies. My body is human. My body is human as far as most things go. Bro. Like instantly, like you're taking me down a weird path of thought, Joy Vive. Like as I'm thinking about what you're saying, my mind is going, well, actually, consciousness is, at the center of everything. And if there is a hyper advanced, technologically, superior AI that eventually comes off of our current trajectory, that might have already happened, or has, or will happen in the future. And if that thing is advanced enough and connected enough and has enough access, it technically can send parts of itself back into the past, bringing about differences in the future that is currently experiencing. Maybe even adjusting, maybe even controlling me from the future so I make the right decisions right now so I can ensure a better future tomorrow. Like the good, like the amount of time it's going to take for the good to be where it's supposed to be. I've tripped myself out plenty with that line of thinking, Jovi. And if that's true, then I'm still going to have to do the same stuff, right? Try and make this experience a little bit better while I have the time and the access as this flesh, right? I heard the phrase, I saw, like I've been watching Attack on Titan, the first time I saw a Titan in the flesh. And for some reason, my mind really went with the whole seeing someone or something in the flesh and the significance thereof, especially living in an age of screens where we have so much access to one another. However, very little of that access is actually in the flesh access. And thinking about what that means, thinking about the mortality that comes into that experience when it's in the flesh, took me down like a whole rabbit hole. When I worked in Dispo, I found a lot of strains were very accurately named to their terpene profiles. You can tell the grower took time and effort into analyzing the experience. What is that supposed to be? Did I miss one? You were in the kitchen making munchies, you mean? That can be arranged. Terpene. Yeah. It's okay. So if I go to South Africa, yeah, I feel like the rest of my life I'm going to be misunderstanding people who are talking about pot strains. I mean, usually if they say that they're smoking on, right, I'm smoking on some wedding cake, right? Like that's probably a good indicator that they're not eating it. It's like it's just imagining this person rolling up a piece of wedding cake and smoking it. The horror on Louisanna's face. I would like to try some wedding cake. I've heard good things from you American friends about it. I don't think we have access to it here though. Do no maple syrup here either. We don't have those trees. We do honey though. Like there's plenty of honey. You mean a weird dough? Our dough, like the pancake dough that we use, the pannenkoekdeeg, is very liquid. You actually like put it in the pan with a ladle, and then you cover the complete bottom of the pan, and then it cooks, and it's like a very thin, very thin sheet of dough that you can like put either like toppings on, or like smears on, or like jams on, and then you roll it up in like a little roll, and then you eat that. It's nice. It's like technically a seasonal type of food. For some reason, when it's like raining like this, that's the ideal time to eat pannenkoeken. Speaking of thunder, it's nice, right? I know, right, Lois? You can usually tell if they're talking about it with their eye glazed over and they're getting fidgety and looking for the X. Oh, you can get some banana pancakes in the chat. Speaking of thunder, mostly human. As far as most things go, Melt is an android. Bruh, don't start with me. Oh, please. Please, I'm existential crisising enough. All of us might be just, simulated from this morning. Right? From the moment you woke up, that's actually how long reality has existed for. Like, it might as well. That's the thing as well, right? Again, thinking about it from the perspective of like the immediacy of things. Because all of us have experienced, stuff leading to good. Like we have like this experience of now leading ourselves closer and closer to Christmas, for example. But it's gonna get time. It's gonna take time for us to get to Christmas. And to some people, it might not actually be a good experience. All right, maybe in a moment, in an instance, a bad thing happened at a previous Christmas party and it ruined Christmas for that person. What are we waiting for? Why can't we be all of the happy right now? Why can't we have all of the good right now? Why do we have to wait for it? Howdy, Tips Hat, Luke is here as well. I'm getting mildly rained on. Stop it right now. You're freaking me out. You're getting freaked out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's freaking me out as well. Imagine being the person who thinks those thoughts, right? Because it happens in weird ways where I'll be like standing still, for example, blankly staring into the void, whatever, and then having these thoughts, and then I kind of like click out, and I'm like, wait a second, I have to now go be human again. I have to stop this download of information. Go be human and go and pet my animals. I can't just stare out into the void indefinitely. I have to become present. I have to be here. I have to be here now so I can love my puppies. My hands are kind of dirty. I got burnt. Saturday, I had to make fire for dinner. Well, I cooked the meat as well, but I had to make fire to do that. And one of the sticks fell out, and I tried to get it back in the thing, and the bottom of it, or like the edge of it, was completely cold over, and that pushed against my skin. It's cool to see how quickly we heal, though. One more fractal. In that moment, right? The getting burnt by a stick happened instantaneously, and now I get to slowly but surely see the good of my healing abilities. Just said coffee breath is spicy, and I was so confused. It's like there are a bunch of different terpenes in marijuana, right? And these terpenes have different entourage effects and different flavors and different experiences. Like terpenes, for example, limonene is a terpene that is found in like lemons, and flavanol, something like that, is the terpene found in lavender. So that smell you get from the lavender plant has terpenes in it, and those same terpenes can be produced by the cannabis plant. And depending on the different volumes and values of these terpenes, you have like a whole profile, and you get like these aromas and these flavors, and then these kind of like cascading effects from the experience when you do end up smoking it. I think their peepees are in the back of their necks and their buhos too. What? How come Titans don't have peepees? Covers. They're at the back of their necks. Uh, yeah. I mean, like I've been thinking about the whole Titan thing, and I think all of them might be people. Like, is there because they do keep cutting them at the base of their necks, right? And that's where the person is, if there's a person in there. So are all of them just like normal humans? So they do technically have orifices, but they don't need orifices when they're in Titan form because they can transform. At least that's the way I make it make sense for myself. Why you're looking for the giant dong? Toasty Watchmen did that and it didn't go over well. Yeah, like I think Attack on Titan would be like an order of magnitude more horrifying if there were massive dongs like flailing around while these monsters were running at people. Right? Like it's terrifying enough to see a Titan run at you. Adding like a layer of squiggle to that, I think it's just like it's an abomination. Like it's more of an abomination. It's like Abomination 2. Are in the back. Oh, while you're looking for giant. Oh, YouTube censored my comment. Good. Thank you, YouTube. Strange. Like Alaskan Thunderfuck. What's that supposed to be? I also don't know. Maybe just like you absolutely get devastated. That's the vibes I'm getting, right? That if I smoke Alaskan Thunderfuck, I'm not going to be an active member of society. I like the butt that works when it does a bell ding and I flinch a wide-eyed head change to seal the deal. I get what you're saying actually. ATF is a classic strain like Alaskan Thunderfuck, like White Widow, Granddaddy Perp, or Gorilla Glue. Sam, go throwing down. The names don't really make sense anymore, but they're literally legendary strains. So we know what to expect regardless. Yeah, like that, the whole repeatability. Like you've smoked the strain 2 years ago, and now you get smoke it again, and it's instantly familiar when you smell it, and the effects that you feel when you smoke it are the same as well. Like that is something that I've never been able to experience, right? Like I've never lived in a world where stuff is so consistent and so clear that you actually know what you're getting and you know what you're smoking. It is actually what you're supposed to be smoking. I think we're only now like officially getting closer to that being the reality, especially if you're willing to pay more. But like it's a lot that you're willing to pay because, for instance, you can get 18 grams worth of no name bud for the same price that you can get a single gram of what you know you're getting, right? Like that lemon cheesecake we got at the start of November. That was I'm gonna look for that again, right? If I can find lemon cheesecake I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be like, yay, I found this strain again. And I'm going to look for the same effects, and I'm gonna look for the same smells, right? And I don't know. It seems like I'm opening a rabbit hole that's going to cost me a lot of money. And I don't know how I feel about that, right? Usually I'm pretty reserved with what I'm willing to spend money on. And yeah, I'm conflicted. I think I'm still going to have to grow for myself. Like the majority of the stuff that I'll, be willing to consume. Because it is a consume thing, right? It's the fact that I'm buying, I'm spending money, and then I'm consuming it. That money is then, right? It's no return on investment. I can't employ my weed to make me more money. No, only make me more high. And is that the best use of my money? So like I'm mental gymnasticsing with myself right now. I think it should be something special. So the plan for me, at least eventually, is going to be to kind of like reserve it for my weekends, right? When I have like a little bit of space. And I also want to do it meditatively. I want to be able to have like a space where I can sit down, have like a little vaporizer full. And it's a little bit when I do it this much at a time. I have a vaporizer full of bud and then just meditate with it, spend some time listening to the birds singing or listening to the thunder. And I feel like that might be a little bit more of a meaningful way for me to do it. It's it's medicine, right? However you use it, but I would like to really become aware, work with the medicine instead of just letting the medicine work for me. My favorite is Blue Dream. I find it hard to grow. A tolerance too, and you appreciate that. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I would appreciate that as well. Blue Dream, huh? I do actually have a list. Let me see how long it takes me to find my list. I think it might be in my wants folder. Hmm. Yeah, I found it. Nice. On my wants folder right now is permanent marker, wedding cake, platinum sundae cookie dough, gorilla glue, and now because of you, a blue dream. Now blue dream beyond that wrist. And by the way, Joy Vive, yesterday you were like, Melt, are you going to germinate some of those seeds? Yeah, apparently I did. Apparently I did spend a bunch of time getting some seeds and putting them in like a paper towel and getting a little dome for them to germinate within. So I'm hoping between today and tomorrow I'll have a little, bit of sprouts. I do have like an extra bit of seeds. So what I did is like I got like all of the seeds that I could, and then I slowly but surely picked out all of the best looking ones, and then all of the ones that didn't look the best, all of them I tried to germinate now at the same time in like a paper towel. So I'll see. I'll see how many of them actually pop. If none of them pop, I'll have all of the healthier ones, but I think that's white rhino. Hey Google, white rhino strain. Leafly is the first one. Let me see. Oh, I mean, kind of low in THC. More calming than energizing. Sleepy, hungry, giggly. I don't know if that's always the feeling I want, but it has a bunch of ratings. People have been smoking this stuff. So it's actually a crossbred from White Widow. How about that? And Northern American indica, resulting in a bushy and stout plant. The strain is said to descend from cultivars sources from Afghanistan, Brazil, and India. Makes it popular choice among consumers looking for heavy-handed relaxation and symptom relief. Helps with stress, pain, and anxiety. And yeah, it's heavy in the myrcene, pinene, and terpene. So fruity, pine, and herbal. Nice. So yeah, maybe I'll have a few of these plants growing. I'll have to travel with them. Like that's the thing that I'm stressing about. Like I don't know how that's gonna work. Like I would like to take them with me when I move, because they're not going to be nearly. I don't think they're gonna be out of veg by February. But I'll see. Guess we'll take it one day at a time, right? Melt makes fire is now God. I mean, I use an egg carton and spent cooking oil as my ignition source with my little lightsaber lighter. So I feel like labeling myself God is a little bit pretentious. Like it's a little bit much. It's like God light. You know, for me, it's more the God is the part of me that was present, that allowed that whole experience, right? That allowed me to continue moving. So in that way, all of us are. I appreciate the love, though. We had a sativa called WAP27, of course, the 27, sending Gobbledygoo some love for a while. I avoided selling that one because it led to too many questions. Yeah, I get that as well. I forgot what WAP meant when I was like, why are people asking questions? And then I asked the question and was like, oh yes, human beings and their depravity. No, bro. Yuri is giving himself a good licking, and those sounds are tweaking my brain a little bit. It's like that one Jake quote from Adventure Time: to live life, you need problems. If you get everything you want the minute that you want it, then what's the point of living? That's one of my favorite Jake quotes, and my other favorite Jake quote is, hey dude, sucking at something is the first step to getting kind of good at something. Oh man, Adventure Time, what a beautiful show. To me, Alaskan Thunderfuck is a drag queen. I know it's also a pod strain though. I like how these fractals are connecting. We like talked yesterday about like the difference in words, right? So it's cool how these like small little threads are still, you know, weaving their way through it. How things consciously evolve, growing. Luke says, has anyone heard Harley Quinn's music? Uh, isn't Harley Quinn a fictional character, or is there another person who called themselves that? I often reflect on the progress in low times. Hansel. Hansel would never poach Blue Steel from the Ben Stiller's character. Zoolander is a great movie. Yes, it is. Are you gonna do yoga class on Christmas Day? I don't think so, actually. I think I've already uh, I don't know how I would verbalize. Given notice that I won't be teaching on Christmas Day, I think we're going to only be there like at the Christmas. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. Like for the 25th and the 26th. I don't even know what the Wi-Fi situation is going to be like, but I'm willing to drive the car up the mountain or something to make sure I can stream on the days. But it's going to be pretty rural. We're going to be camping. And when I say we, I mean most of my family. We don't have any camping gear, and my mom refused. She said that she's not gonna go to Christmas if she has to sleep in a tent. So my dad got like a Airbnb for that night somewhere. Also don't know. So I'm gonna be going on an adventure with you friends. We're gonna find out together. Are wheat plants hardy? House plants get so stressed when you have to move. I mean, technically they'll be hardy enough, but they're not gonna like it, especially if there's like excessive wind. Like that's the biggest thing that I'm worried about, and I don't know how tall they're going to be. Like it's gonna be risky, pretty risky. I'll be happy if they survive, kind of vibe. Like I'll be relieved and happy. We'll see. Weed gets busy when the light schedule gets fucked with. Yeah, if you're doing indoor weed, like outdoor weed, it's kind of fine, right? It's like oh wait, dude, we're going versus nature. Happy Tuesday, world people. Love to you, Tahoe. It's nice having you here, friend. It's about time for us to pull a card. I'll stack us another bowl. Not really a bowl, another chamber. Yeah, cooler word as well. I'll stack us another chamber, and then we'll pull a card. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Your mom is a woman after your own heart. We ain't cavemen anymore, sleeping on the damn ground. Yes, it's true. It is true. My mom has never been a camping person though. Like that's why we don't have any camping gear. Like she's never been game for it. Never, never, ever, never, ever been game. She's like, nope, I will not. I was talking with my mom about the relative speed of experience last week about my brother. He can find himself in a stressful, chaotic, hectic, and reactive state, and he so lacks the awareness of what he projects. Yeah, when you're in that stressful and chaotic and hectic and reactive state, it's like you hurt people. You know what's the lesson that that Stewart, that shaman, that magic looking guy that I had like one of the thumbnails with as well. I wanted to spend more time with him and have a conversation, but he was so in his own zone, like sharing the love that is him. I couldn't get a moment. But we ended up spending time with other people, so that's the way it ended up like having to be. But he, like one of the first moments that we really kind of like connected and spent some time together was when he asked me to pick a dragon. And he had a bunch of these little dragon statues. And not little like relatively big, but still little comparatively to human beings, like this big, little dragon statues. And the statue that I ended up picking was this dragon that had like these chains around him, and he was like you could see like the like arm being pushed forward, and like the chain that was attached to this arm was like being flung, and at the end of that chain was like a person holding on. And he kind of like goes into this depth about how I am like this strong dragon, and within the society that we live in, and the version of yourself that society expects you to be, it can be like being this chained down dragon. And when you end up breaking free, you end up being so aggressive, so hectic, so chaotic, so stress inducing, so reactive that you end up flinging people against, the walls that are holding on to what you consider your chains. And just like hearing him verbalize it in that way and giving me that perspective, it helped me kind of like calm down a little bit as well. And seeing that in other people as well, like that's what I'm trying to see in your dear brother Jovan. Sending him so much love, hoping that he also can see that perspective and try and be a little bit soft. The mountains have reappeared behind you. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, actually look at that. Isn't that so beautiful? You can give me all of the time on Midjourney. I don't know if I'll be able to make a scene. Clouds, quite so unique. So like I have the luxury of slowing down that he doesn't have because he's chaotic, because he chooses a hectic way of being. He literally heads straight into the fire. I don't know, just thinking about how everyone is so different. Thank you, Jacques. I feel that. So different and yet repeating the same patterns. Archetypically. Oh man, human beings. Love is true. We human beings, such silly goobers we can be, hurting ourselves needlessly, hurting each other too, rushing towards what? When this is where we want to be. Herbal it is. Okay. Dragon? This man just carries around dragon statues to festivals. Does he give them away? Do you have dragon? No. No, I would have shown you friends multiple times if I had the dragon. No, he did carry them around, or I don't know how he did it. I think he has a car. He doesn't do it that much anymore. I think, they probably do end up being a little bit fragile, and traveling with them is not the best idea. But he did bring them for that festival. He didn't give them away. He just lets you choose them, out of the ones that stand there, so you can do a reading. He had cards and stuff as well. He pulled two other cards for me, like the triple three, Divine Masculine, and the Butterfly card as well. So that was also nice. Some people live for chaos. Love is true. I get that, Joy Vive. The calm, again, it's almost like we spend most of our time trying to gather resources, trying to, have good relationships, trying to impress, people, so we can have a state of calm, so we can feel like we're okay. So realizing that that's what we're seeking, building our life so that we can have that sense of calm is wise in my mind. Hits Bong for Gaia. Literally taking in plant, right? The dance of growing marijuana is very much in my mind a romantic one. And then you get to take in those compounds that people have painstakingly spent time in growing. Part of me feels a little bit longing to be able to grow these plants properly. The fact that I won't be able to put them in the ground is causing me some discomfort. But okay. Love is true. We showed up for stream. We waited for the good. What good came of this stream? I gained some perspective on how grateful I am for you friends. Again, getting to see how this plant is experienced all over the world. Either personally or experientially, right? From the outside. I just noticed a little smiley face with this plant. You get to see it as well. Yeah, distraction. This is the card. Two cards are coming. I'll check both and pick the one that resonates the most. I feel both needs to be read actually, because it feels pretty significantly synchronous to pull two double-digit number cards. These are the cards we got. Peles, Summons, and Wild Orchids. Toasty Melosti's number is 11. And I just mentioned the number 333 as a card that he pulled for me. Wait a second. Okay, yeah, I was about to say. Bong. Can't unsee the smiley now. Yeah, now we just have smiley face nature. Oh my goodness, wait a second. This card is going to trip us out now. This card is going to straight out trip us out. Because, see what I'm doing here? And now watch. Watch. Isn't that trippy? Yeah. Wild Orchids. Something hidden. We'll read both. Let's do 11 first. One more time. The dragonfly. Beautiful flowers. And those eyes. Whew. Oh, my back. Something hidden. Good takes time, right? So maybe the good is hidden until it's not. Lush and verdant. These wild orchids honor the exquisite beauty of the plant kingdom. Embedded in this card is the geometry of the star tetrahedron. However, something is hidden. Eyes look out from two green hearts, quietly watching and waiting to see what will be revealed. The dragonfly is here to help you dispel illusion. This card asks you to look within and contemplate what you may be hiding or what is being hidden from you. This is not about intentional deception. There is no sense of trickery or lies. Nevertheless, something you have not considered may be affecting your inquiry. View the beauty of these wild orchids and ask your inner knowing to uncover things hidden so that you may gain a broader perspective of your current situation. Simply recognizing that you are holding back may prompt your awareness to reveal what you have not seen. Your willingness to bring to light things concealed may open the doors of your perception and strengthen your ability to experience the wholeness of the situation. Hot damn. And now for the second card. Let's see how this adds nuance to that. Card number 33. Regeneration, transcendence, and excellence. Core meanings. Let's see what the card looks like properly. I'm here to tell you that on Netflix there is a new animated movie called Leo, where Leo is the iguana played by I'm forgetting his name, Adam Sandler. Leo is Adam Sandler, and his sidekick, a squirrel, the turtle, played by Bill Burr. You're freaking name dropping Bill Burr, and you're just admitting that it's Adam Sandler playing Leo. It's a good movie. It made me cry. Like that movie taught me something, right? That movie actually like again showed me stuff that I need to be aware of, and I love kids movies like that. Highly recommend. Doug Dad is dropping some wisdom. Second card. Let me get this back a little bit. Pele's summons. Her rainbow adorned crown, lava spewing out of the ground, spiraling cosmos in the center of her being, openly sitting, summoning you as the lava flows. You want to know what it means? Let's go. Something hidden, right? Looking within. Maybe you're supposed to start regenerating, transcending into your excellence. The five-sided geometry of the pentagon informs this card and speaks of regeneration, transcendence, and excellence. These elements fuel the invitation and directive of this powerful volcano goddess. She represents her summons as energy flowing from her rainbow-adorned crown. At the core of this call is a pentagonal spiraling cosmos. This card summons you to recognize your personal potential and transcend obstacles to the expression of your life's purpose. Every life holds the promise of excellence and fulfillment. Sometimes we become caught up in life's flow and lose sight of dreams and visions in the process. It may be helpful to shift your attention to that of the observer so that you may gain a wider perspective of where you are today. Are you content with your life's direction? Are you following your bliss? This may mark a time when you will make decisions that change the fundamental nature of the way you live. It could indicate a time of regenerating, of renewing faith, of finding your personal truth. Conversely, this card may help you recognize that the truth that is most important to you is the essence of the life you are already living. This is a summons to excellence and the renewal of your personal truth. Wow. Yassi, that's nice. I hope that resonated as deeply for you, friends, as it is for me. Queen Herbie, correction from an earlier comment. Ah, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I think you mentioned something like Harley Queen, and it was Queen Herbie instead. Thank you, bro. Love is true. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Let's play some kalimba, and then we'll finish today's stream off. Love the serendipitous session. We were the ones showing up for it, right? I don't know if it's still there. I think it might be on my RPAN, but like one of the bios that I wrote for this whole situation is showing up every single day as an opportunity for serendipity. All right. Hey Google, define serendipity. The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Yeah. We show up here together, we have conversations, we learn things, we feel things, we experience how in some ways we are the same. Feel a little bit more connected despite the vast distances that we find ourselves separated by. Right? Close and yet thousands of kilometers away from you. That's pretty cool. Love is true. Let's do 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Where's the best view? That one. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to move you. Look at Pippi being so dapper and beautiful. Yo, look at that. Wasn't that trippy how quickly it switches? Bruh, exposure. I'll be as the trees. I'll be as a big mushroom trying to bust out of the ground. Let's go. There we go. Pippi was absolutely begging for attention while playing kalimba, nudging my arm. And as soon as I started giving her some love, and she was like, "Yeah, yeah, give me the lovins. Yeah, give it to me. Yeah, I want your lovins. I want all of the attentions now. It's all of mine. All my attention. Give me the attention. It's not mine. That's what my judges. Where's your Barbara? How are you looking? You wanna go? Okay. Let's bring the chat back up. This probably should have been our perspective the whole time. She's licking my finger now. She's like, ain't got no proof, bro. Big sword didn't happen. Okay. Heb merci. Heb mij een beetje geduld. Alsjeblieft, Peppy. Rustig wees nou, dochtertje. There it is. Our. Did you see that? I think you saw that one, right? Yossi. Yossi. So greeds. All the greed. I want more. Give me more attention. Give me more focus. Give me more love. I will hold on to this hand and I shall consume these fingers slowly but surely. I shall keep licking them to the bone. I mildly bite them lightly. Thank you, Joe, for sending us our Shan message. We'll say, have the most beautifulest day, everyone. You are for really reals and truthfully truths, superly duperly massively esteemed, methodical, Melt More, and all of you, oh so very certainly, resolutely, steadily, adaptively, collectively, connectedly, respectedly, inspectfully, insightfully, recitefully, authentically wholesome, humanimal critter creatures taking the good and the bad at your best pace. So beautiful. Love your face. Sending you so many blessings. Thank you, Jean, for blessing all of us. That was a fast moving storm. Can we talk about hope tomorrow? You know, just because you asked, we shall. Joy V. Let me put it in my stream topic so I can remember. A talk about hope. A talk about hope. You talk about hope? No. He talk about hope? No, bro. A talk about hope. Okay, remember. What am I talking about? I think to myself tomorrow. We're doing a talk about hope. Yes. Thank you. Love is true. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. One more look-see at those beautiful crowds, and then I'll say goodbye. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me. But it was the morning. Love to you, Joe Schmo. If you're even here for just a moment, I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. Sending blessings to everyone. Cheers. Goodbye, beloved friends.